Comptroller and Auditor General. Okay. Let's look at the constitutional provisions again. It's a constitutional body, so we'll look at the constitutional provisions. So Article 148 says that be appointed by the President by warrant under his hand and seal, and shall only be removed from office in like manner and on the like grounds as a judge of the Supreme Court. So in Article 148, clause 1 only, we have both the what? We have both the appointment of the CAG and the removal of the CAG. Who appoints the CAG? President. Good. How is the CAG removed? Very good. But who else is also removed as the same procedure as a Supreme Court judge? Which other constitutional body? Do you remember? Which are the constitutional body? In constitutional bodies and non-constitutional bodies chapter, how many constitutional bodies have we studied so far? How many constitutional bodies have we studied so far? We have studied 3. We studied ECI, UPSC and CAG. We are studying CAG. We started CAG. So we studied removal in the like manner or in the same manner as a Supreme Court judge. In which other did we study? Did we study it in UPSC? Did we study it in UPSC? Are you sure? ECI. Good. Because that is okay. That is क्या होते see students ये होते कि you prelims they will ask this question. So if you study like it in order, you will remember. But if you do not study randomly, matlab suddenly somebody is asking you what is the removal procedure of ECI, you will, if you think, oh sir thought ECI first and UPSC second, or UPSC sir did not mention, so I remember. No. When your prelims exam comes, you might get a question, which of the following are removed? Which of the following officers are removed as the same manner as a Supreme Court judge? And they'll give you ECI, they'll give you UPSC, and they'll give you CAG. Then you should remember that both ECI and CAG are removed in the same manner as a Supreme Court judge. Fine. Then, clause 2. Every person appointed to be the CAG, Comptroller and Auditor General of India, shall, before he enters upon his office, make and subscribe before the President or some person appointed in that behalf an oath or affirmation according to the form set out for the purpose in the 3rd schedule. We study the 3rd schedule. It talks about the oath and affirmations of how many bodies? Oath and affirmations of how many bodies? This was one of the initial classes, I remember. Oath and affirmations. 3rd schedule was oath and affirmations of 9 other bodies. We studied. Now, if you are revising, revise it like this. Ki up looking at the 9 other bodies, because UPSC also started asking prelims question on how many bodies, which 3rd schedule covers what and how many bodies. So now you know CAG, but what about the other bodies? Right? Do we have governor, or do we have president, or do we have who? Do we have Supreme Court judges, or do we have, is a question mark. It's for you to confirm when you read. Okay, then 148 clause 3, that is the salary and other conditions of service of CAG shall be such as may be determined by Parliament by law, and until they are so determined shall be as specified in the 2nd schedule. Right? So salary and conditions of service can be decided by the Parliament by law. That is, Parliament will pass an act based on it. Until then, it will be specified in the 2nd schedule. We studied the 2nd schedule also, and again you have to revise what are the 2nd schedule talks about the salaries and service or conditions of which other bodies other than the CAG. There you have to revise. Fine. provided that neither the salary of a CAG nor his or her rights in respect of leave of absence, pension, or age of retirement shall be varied to his disadvantage. We studied varied to his disadvantage yesterday. Right? Provided that you do not, after that particular person's reappointment, you do not bring an act that talks about what? That talks about differing or reducing his salary so that he will work according to your tandems. Fine. Then, clause 4, the CAG shall not be eligible for further office either under the government of India or government of the state after he ceases to hold his office. Right? No reappointment in any government service. Okay, for the CAG. Okay, clause 4 is done. Clause 5. Subject to the provisions of this constitution and of any law made by the parliament, the conditions of service of persons serving in the Indian Audit and Accounts Department and the administrative powers of the CAG shall be such as may be prescribed by rules made by the President after consultation with the CAG. So the CAG is also the head of the IAAS, Indian Audit and Account Service. Okay. So rules made regarding what? Regarding conditions of service of IAS officers are also made by President, but in consultation with the CAG. The administrative expenses of the office of the CAG, including all salaries, allowances, and pensions, shall be charged upon the Consolidated Fund of India. Okay. The administrative expenses of the office charged on the CFI.